This is my new and updated progression guide in Sailor piece. I did get some inspiration from the game's own progression guide and from my own experience too. First, make the turn on these settings to make your grind smooth and easier. I recommend to join the games group for some money, which you can use to get fruit in Sailor Island. Get at least flame or quake or light if possible. When you get your fruit, let's go back to the first island to get some levels. I don't recommend begging, but if you can ask other people for some race and traits rerolls, I'm sure they will give you. Just don't be greedy, because you can easily get those stuff in endgame phase. In the starting part, you don't need to worry about anything and just focus on reaching max level, which is level 11,500 as of making this video. First, I got some level for stats in the starter island. Reaching level 500 here is no problem, and assuming you got the money to get Dark Blade. Now get it from Snow Island and get the quest for armament. Hockey at the back of the island. We can now go to Desert Island to get some levels until level 2K. You can also get observation hockey and the far right of the island. After reaching level 2000, you can now go to Snow Island and get some level here until 4K. Make sure to also unlock the artifacts here. Hitting all enemies here is easy using Dark Blade, and you can just stand in one spot and use auto skill. After that, you can now buy the Griffin on Shibuya Island. You can either AFK farm on Shinjuku to reach max level and get some rerolls, or do boss fights to get their title and get some melee to use. Personally, I would recommend AFK on Shinjuku, using Quake Fruit first, since doing boss fight without any real damage will take a long time. With Griffin, you can also do level up in Slime Island or Soul Society. These two maps I specifically choose because of the drops of them, while also getting EXP also. Assuming you've managed to reach max level, the real grind will now start here. First, get either Sukuna V2 first or Gojo V2. They are equal on damage, and their domain are good on most stuff. I personally chose Sukuna just because of its out attacks, which you can use to farm higher level mobs like Quincy. You can get Sukuna V2 by getting malevolent keys from mobs in Shinjuku or Sukuna himself at Shibuya. After getting him, you can now start getting the good stuffs. Get your first mythic sword, either Aizen V1 or Ichigo. I recommend Aizen V1 because it has V2, which is the current best sword. Getting Aizen requires farming him for his drops and also getting his race, which is Shinigami, a legendary race. After getting Aizen, you can now get Shadow Sid, which will require you to farm dungeons or get on O's or Gilgamesh and just skip these swords entirely. When you get Gilgamesh, you can use it to farm for Aizen V2, which will carry you at everything in the game. That's all for this progression guide. Let me know what guide I should do next.